Well, good evening, y'all. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hopefully, you have had a wonderful day. I'm going to be playing a little video when we're starting up here, just to let everyone know what's up. I might do it and maybe halfway through, I don't know, or I might drop it for the end. But this is a commercial for Saturday's live stream. This will be Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time. For those who wondered, I've got a special guest coming on. This is out of the ordinary, so if you got questions about that, go ahead and ask always, and I'll try to answer them to my best ability. So, yeah, if you have time Saturday, you're more than welcome to join us here on Vibes Aquatics. So, anyways, without further ado, I'll take it off. Thanks for watching. All right, we got
There we
TJ
are.
Raya here tonight with us. Woo!
We are here.
Hey, y'all. I said it right tonight.
You did.
My apologies from last weekend. Last week.
All right. That's all right. It happens.
We got a lot of people in tonight. I'm gonna put the title on for tonight, the topic. That way y'all can be thinking about it. And here in a bit, maybe a couple minutes or so, I'll go to fishon.link and pull up everyone that's lurking or in the chat. But I do want to shout out the first person in the chat tonight. You know, it's a special for whoever shows up first. Good evening. My back hurts today. I'm carrying everyone at work. I'm so sorry, Breton. Welcome in, Breton Lightcap. Good to see ya. Hopefully, tomorrow will be better. And actually, you know what, moderators, if you don't know, I might maybe put it at the end of the live stream about Saturday. But anyways, Winter Fish Room project plans. So TJ, what initiated this topic?
What initiated it? Yeah, it's this time of year that I sort of start changing my focus. I've got one race left in the season coming up in October, and last weekend we had temperatures that were at night in the high 40s. So the weather is definitely changing around here in New Jersey, and so it starts to kind of get to a point where all the summer activities start to wind down, and I start to focus my attention on what am I going to do in our kind of cold season here, and it's where I turn my attention back to what are the things that I haven't done related to the fish that I have in store for that time period where being outdoors is not as fun for me anyways. I'm not a huge winter fan. And so that is that. Yeah. So Stephen, it's funny. I was thinking about the topic today at work, and I figured that question would come up from you. So that's the time of year where nighttime temperatures fall into the 70s instead of the 90s. That'd be winter. Up here it's a little bit different, but when you get to that time of the year, know that is what we call winter. Probably that's very similar for you too, Vibes.
That's where the nights get longer and the days get shorter.
That is also true. Yep.
I mean, the hours don't change. It just the time the sun's shining. You know what I mean?
It feels like that the hours change though, doesn't it?
It does, right?
The night feels so long. You go to work, it's dark. You come home, it's dark.
Yep.
You see those hours of light through the window while you're working, or wherever it is that you happen to be working. Steven says when the water changes, match the tank temperature. Right.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
That's so true here in Texas. The Then in the summer, in the middle of the day, it'll be up at 90s coming out of the tap water.
Mhm.
Yeah, here in the hottest of the summer, the coldest setting on the tap will get it right around tank temperature. And then in the winter, we've got to turn it to the hot water because it's just it gets too cold. Like your
Right.
water coming out of the tap in the winter around here is chilly. And I mean, it's nothing compared to what it would be further north, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still yeah, that's definitely a
Yeah.
difference.
Yesterday, temperature on my tap yesterday, it
Mhm.
was 82 degrees in the evening,
Wow.
which is like,
Wow.
this is exciting. It dropped like 10 degrees in
Wow.
the tap. So hey, now I can officially get back to water changes during the day,
Mhm.
early morning.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the winter season, do you get micro bubbles in your water when you refill a tank?
That's interesting. I never thought of it.
I
mean-
definitely do.
On a normal water change, I get bubbles.
That like, but like I get bubbles that like will stick to the glass for a while until it
Oh
dissipates.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That,
But it,
that's not like a normal occurrence.
oh really? I
Yeah.
don't tend to get that. I get
Huh.
like a serious amount of these tiny small
Mhm.
micro bubbles that come out. But it's only when it's cold outside.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And what causes that?
I
You know?
tend to get them all year round, usually when refilling the tank.
Yeah. I don't know. I had thought it had something to do with like the temperature change. Where because like my hot water heater is downstairs where the
Right.
room isn't heated, so it'll get down into the probably 40s, 50s. And then you're heating it up with the hot water. So it tends to show up more for me, I think, in the winter months.
Mm-hmm.
Cooler
So for
temps do
me, I
allow
thought
more
it
dissolved
was a
oxygen.
case of,
Steven just said that.
oh yeah, they do.
Okay.
Which makes sense, but for me, I thought it was a case of, because I usually tend to see them more if I do a slower filling, like if I do a slower refill on the tank.
Mm-hmm.
But if I've got a higher water flow and I fill the tank up pretty fast, usually I don't see them that much. Also, if I'm still filling the tank when I turn the filters back on, like once the water level is to where it needs to be able to flip the filters back on,
Mm-hmm.
usually I don't see them at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
Hey.
quick plug.
Yeah, hold on, TJ. I'm gonna do this. Go ahead.
I've got my
See?
Keystone
Oh,
Clash
yeah.
2022 shirt on. We are 3 weeks away. Very excited.
And
Very
are you planning to be there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this will be my third year in a row. 2022 would have been my first time visiting. Great time. Last year, equally good time. I'm really excited to see a whole bunch of great people, and it's always a great event. So hopefully there'll be other folks that are listening in that are going to join us as well.
Yeah.
I know Steven and Jenna will be there for sure.
Right. Hey, right and Lightcap. Left is hot, right is cold.
True.
Here's the secret. Here in Texas, left is hot. No. Right is hot. Left is hotter.
Oh, Dee Dee's here. Yeah, I know Dee Dee will be there.
Nice, Didi. Yeah.
And Curtis is right. There is a fish tank in this room.
Yes. Okay. For that day, let's go to Fish on that link and see who's all here. Because I know I missed a lot of people in the chat. And anyone left out. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to be participated in the list, go ahead and say hi in the chat.
And
while I pull it up.
My buddy Dennis Christensen said he's got the same T-shirt on today. Dennis, are you going to the Clash? Steven said wintertime is when he puts effort into corridor spawning, since the water doesn't come out at 85 degrees. And Dennis said, yes, he is going to the Clash. So great. Looking forward to seeing you, I think, for the 3rd year in a row.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to make it this year. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, I know. There's lots of competing priorities.
Yeah. So I guess TJ is going to be the backbone of Thursday Night Live, eh? At the Clash.
It seems like it because neither
Yeah.
one of you guys are able to make it. So, yeah.
Okay. We got Skull Aquatics, Empire Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane, Paul McCarthy, Stephen P., Bratton Lightcap, Outside Aquatics, Father Aquatics, Noisy Aquatics, Why We All Yelling, Dennis Christensen, Power Aquatics, M. Myers, D.D. Finden, All Things Nature in Hawaii with Steve, Jenna P. 2005, Vinoski. Welcome in, y'all. There we go.
Oh, Jenna says, how many super chats to get vibes to the Clash?
I don't know. If there's enough, I'll definitely go. There's enough. I mean, if my travel was covered, I'd be there. Travel and hotel, I'll go. Getting out of work is not the issue. The issue is having
You
extra
got the
funds.
cowboy boots and the hat, Vibes. Where's your horse at?
Actually, since you mentioned it, Mariah, there's a horse right in the pasture beside me. I guess I could borrow that horse. I guess.
Mhm.
Could you imagine that? That probably go viral.
You'd have to
So-
probably leave like tomorrow.
Yeah, head that way.
I don't think Highway Patrol would appreciate cleaning up your exhaust.
You just got a super chat, my friend. $10 from Jenna.
Hey, but how many is enough, Jenna? Whatever it costs to fly, unless someone's willing to pick me up from the here in Austin, Texas. It ain't cheap.
Is Mike going?
Yeah, he's going, but he's flying.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Him and also Chris George is going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steven. Like 200 more of those. Yes. But I appreciate the Jenna. I'm still looking for a ticket yet. For those who wondered, but I can't promise anything.
Okay.
So,
So you're saying there's a chance.
there is a chance,
Good.
but it's very slim.
Understood. I bet you could fit in Mike's suitcase.
I probably could. Could you imagine at the airport? Like, do what? What's going on? When we go through the X-ray machine.
Guy with
Maybe a
the
little
cowboy
vibes.
boots pops out of
Yeah,
the
you
suitcase.
really need a human trafficking charge. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right. Right.
Goodness.
Powell, I wasn't planning on attending that event. I was there back in June, Mark, and I was a little disappointed in the event. I mean, it was a cool event and all, but the sales, the people buying wasn't good for the vendors, which was sad, in my opinion. But unless, hey, right now, Paul, my focus would be first on the Clash. If I can make it to the Clash and have extra funds, and I might, yeah. Hold on. When's this event, Paul? October? It's not the same weekend as the Clash. I think it might be.
First weekend of the month.
of October.
Yeah. This is when the
I'm
Clash
thinking
is.
October. It's October 5th, Mark.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
the same
sure.
weekend.
But if it is, I feel kind of bad. Wow, you're going to show up at the DFW event and not go to the Clash. You know what I mean? I feel kind of bad since I was at the DFW event back in June, so I was there more recently. Yeah, I know. Yeah, same weekend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, I guess if I can't make it to the Clash, maybe I go to the DFW event. I mean, that is closer. I'm able to drive
Well,
there and drive back
right.
the same day. So, on the budget, I could do that. You know, it costs
Mm-hmm.
me what $50 to do it for gas. $50 versus $300. That's a big difference.
That's a big difference. Yeah.
Hey, welcome in, Asaya. It's good to see you. No, you have to stay home, sad lads. Ah.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mhm.
I don't want to leave anyone hanging there. But if I can get it out of the budget for the Clash,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there. You know, if
Great.
I can get it out. But if I can't, then you won't be seeing me.
Yeah,
Unless
understood.
there's enough other Jenna P's out there to cover my cost.
You will
Anyways,
you will be missed if you can't make it, but we understand.
yeah, missed or
Yeah.
happily he's not here.
No, missed.
Okay, so the Winter Fish Room project plans, I guess
Mhm.
that is kind of included in that. Going to the Clash, getting more fish for your fish room, eh?
Well, yeah. I mean, that certainly is potentially part of it as an extension, and lots of good opportunities there to get different things. I think a
Right,
lot of really good vendors show up and have some interesting stuff, and so yeah, I think that that's something I certainly will go there. Not sure what I'd be looking for,
mm-hmm.
but I go there always prepared with the possibility that there is. Last year, I ended up with my first pair of killifish. This year, who knows?
Right,
So yeah, I just feel like something about the kind of turning towards the cold months. It sort of reinvigorates the attention on the fish hobby. Not that I ever take my attention completely off of it, but
right,
just the time is there to think about new things and to think about all the things that I might want to do that I just haven't got to yet or just didn't prioritize so
right.
far.
What it sounds is that since it's longer nights,
Hmm.
you tend to spend more of that time in the fish room.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a big like I don't do winter sports.
Yeah,
Not a skier or snowboarder or anything like that. So being outdoors for me in the winter isn't as exciting as it is this time of year. So I have more time to dedicate to being in the house working with the tanks, thinking about the different types of projects and things that I want to do. So yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, no, Steven, no racing at all in winter. So my season will finish up the third or fourth, I think it's the fourth weekend of October this year, and that'll be it until late March or early April.
mm-hmm. Welcome in, Jeremy. Lucky and working.
Jeremy's here. Cool, Big Steve. He jumped in. I'll be
Hey, Big
100%
Steve.
have some empty tanks ready to go while I'm at the Clash. Nice, Steve.
Nice. Okay. So, how about you, Mariah? You got any big plans for your fish room project?
Well, my fish room is my living room. So the biggest thing I'm going to be working on, well, trying to be working on again, is resealing from 150, so that way I can try to get it ready, hopefully before my birthday. That way I can have it running and ready to go. Because
Right.
I don't want to be worrying about a brand new aquarium setup with the fish that I want to have in there
Mhm.
and everything that I have coming up after my birthday around that time of year. So I'd rather have it done, set up, already ready to go, well established, and not have to worry about it too much.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, that's my main project, is just trying to finish preparing my 150 and still gathering all the equipment and everything else that's going to go into it, the hardscape and filtration and whatnot.
And are you recording any of this?
Importing, no.
No, recording.
Recording.
Or did you say recording? Oh, yes, I will be recording it. I'm supposed to be getting a new camera soon. My mom said she was gonna be getting me a new camera as a engagement gift. So
Nice.
it's very exciting.
Woo!
But yeah, I will be recording that, and then something else I wanted to do is add plants to this tank behind me. They won't be in the substrate; they'll be on the rocks and on the wood. And I may decide to get some, not necessarily floating plants, but plants that I can submerge the root system in and have them growing from the top of the tank out of the back. Essentially similar to the way that the fake tree is behind it, where it's kind of down in the water a little bit, but coming up
Mhm.
behind the tank is the look I want to go for.
Nice. So a couple of decent projects there that you've got planned. Certainly the reseal that's an endeavor.
That's a big endeavor.
Right? To do that
Yeah,
and to set up.
it's
You've never done
incredibly
that
difficult
before, right?
to. Well, no, I actually did it with this tank.
Oh, you did? Okay.
When I originally got this tank, it had been sitting in a garage for about 10, 15 years and hadn't had any water in it in that amount of time. So it was a lot easier to do,
Mhm.
because the silicone by that point was pretty much dry rotted. So it it scraped off just like butter. The other tank, however, was sitting for a long time half full of water, but it was only half full of water because it had a severe leak in one of the seams.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go ahead and reseal it the first time, but that was a lot of work to scrape that off, even with the help of like certain chemicals and like
Mhm.
acetone or whatever. Like it was a lot, um, especially considering I deal with carpal tunnel a lot and some issues in my wrist, my dominant hand. So that made it a lot more difficult and a lot more time consuming because I had to keep stopping.
Mm-hmm.
But I messed it up really badly the first time I resealed it because like I said, my wrist was already really tired. I didn't have a steady hand at that point, and it didn't go well. So it's at a point now where it's partially been scraped again,
Mm-hmm.
and I just
Mhm.
gave up because I just could not. My wrist couldn't take it at the time, and it's sitting there waiting to finish being cleaned out and scraped again, so I can put a new layer of silicone
Nice.
on all the corners.
Nice. That'll be good. Yeah,
Hey, welcome
I was
in,
gonna
Bean
say
Cow Product.
there was a couple of folks that came in. I also see the
Mhm.
fish room, which, if I'm correct, is Cam from New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Yeah, welcome in, Cam.
If you haven't been to one of their streams, they have some really interesting interviews that they do. I think it was either today or tomorrow. They've got, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Lowell's Fish Lab. Very interesting YouTube channel that I subscribe to that spends a lot of time talking about breeding of different types of fish and goes through the process, and very process oriented, which I find fascinating just to understand the things that he does. He also makes some stuff with a 3D printer that he uses, like a fry tray and some different things. So super cool channel. If you haven't been to the fish room, you're missing out.
Right. And I do want to shout out my good buddy Andrew, Beantown Aquatics. He's up there in Dallas area, Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay.
He just started his. Okay, he moved here from Boston.
Oh,
Last year, so he just started his fish room here last September in Dallas area. He does mostly cichlids, Africans mostly. He does locals. He does imports. And he has some other kinds of cichlids, discus, plecos, different sorts. I was actually one of his first customers here in Texas after he opened his store up. So it's a pretty good store, y'all. Nice guy. So welcome in, Andrew.
Cam said that that stream with Lowell's Fish Lab was this morning. He said it was a cracker of a stream, so I take that to be Kiwi for it was awesome.
Yeah. I saw him live, but hey, Cam, my apologies. I didn't jump in there say hi. I was like, I had to work, y'all, and being at my job, I tried to avoid being on my phone when I'm working. I'm trying to stay focused. And for those that are interested, there is a link to Vibe Saturday stream. Vibe special guest. I think that's what I'm gonna call it from now on. Hey, it might change, but when I get a special guest on, when it's not a normal live stream, so it'd be kind of like pop-up kind of idea, but it'd be scheduled in advance. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to check us out, you're more than welcome to.
Steven says, "AKA Vibes Boss is like."
I know, right? Exactly. See? I say the right stuff, though.
Yeah.
Now, if someone's live during the week at my job, and I'm on lunch break, oh yeah, I'll pop in and say hi and hang out a little bit. But other than that, I gotta be careful.
Makes
Hey,
sense.
Skipper.
Hey, Skip.
Welcome in. Okay.
Okay.
Back to the topic.
You got it. Mariah,
you
anything else you wanted to say about what you're working on?
Not particularly, other than just still working on convincing Cameron to let me get my 6-footer for a wedding present.
Ooh.
We'll work on that after the stream.
It's a slow process.
We'll work on that after the stream. We can. We'll talk to our pal Cam. That your Cam, not the fish room Cam.
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure the fish room Cam would be all about it. So we got to work on your Cam down in Atlanta.
That's right.
Hey, Emma Rose, welcome in.
Hey.
TJ, have you met Emma Rose?
In the chats here, yes, but no, nothing ever before.
Yeah. She's so cool.
She is. I met her like 3 years ago at Aquashella, Dallas. Back before I was even really into YouTube.
Oh, so in like the dark ages.
Yes.
Whoa.
So, it was kind of cool. And,
Fish room says, "My name is Cameron. I give permission. Does that count?"
I think it's good enough. That
I
I have a hard time arguing with that.
The fish room should just go ahead
I
and give
would
it
say,
anyway.
I would say yes, but no,
What? Come on.
no.
I don't know. I'm convinced. I'm feeling like this feels like a sure thing now.
Hmm. But anyways, back to the little story about Emma.
Yeah.
But since then, she's been a great friend since then. First time I met her, she was phenomenal,
Hmm.
and she hasn't left yet. She's awesome.
Excellent.
I got to hang out with her the past 2 Aquashellas as well, so she's cool.
Ah. Okay. Brandon said it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, Mariah.
You know, I guess that's fair.
Maya says, "Do it, do it."
Mm. But some people might take that logic and apply it in a range of scenarios that may come back to bite the other person.
Oh,
I mean, it's always possible. There's, no risk, no reward, right?
exactly.
That's why I just have to make it a slow, convincing process and be a good future wife for my good future husband and say, yes, yes, honey, whatever you say, but still get what I want anyway.
Okay, very good. That's what we're going
She
with. All
knows.
right. So it's okay. Understand.
Mariah always questioning my logic, says Brian.
Seems true. Seems true.
Okay.
Without
My-
deviation from the norm, progress is not possible.
Hmm. Sure.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, this project plans, the topic.
Yeah.
I do have plans, but it is more than just winter fishing project plans. It was 2024 project plans,
Oh.
and I'm still working on it yet.
Okay.
Quick update.
Yeah.
I had 25 tanks, right?
Mhm.
Right
Okay.
now I'm at 19, so I took down 6 tanks already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the goal is to reach 10 tanks. That's the goal. And right now, sitting here looking at my fish tanks, I don't see how that's going to happen unless if I actually get rid of fish. You know what I'm saying? Which that's going to be hard.
So what you're saying is you're at maximum occupancy.
Yes.
Got it.
All my tanks. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. I can put 2 tanks together, 2 tanks of fish together. They'd be okay. But other than
Mhm.
that, they all need to be for them to survive properly, not eat each other. I'm kind of at the point either I stay with ducking tanks or get rid of fish. So
Mm.
Or you could just get like 5 huge tanks and make it like a crazy community.
true.
A
I mean,
crazy
that would work.
community.
Yeah, that's consolidated. I mean, that's less tanks, right?
Oh, it
You
is.
could have like
Yeah.
five 300-gallon tanks.
Right.
It's not that big a deal.
I mean, technically that would work because I could aquascape it in a way that would
Mhm.
look good, and there would be places for the small fish to hide. Big fish would have places for
Yeah.
them to swim. It would work technically,
Yeah.
but that does not sound feasible on the budget.
Got it.
Hey,
Trying to
welcome
work
in,
with what
Father.
you've got.
Exactly.
What if now
Go ahead.
bear with me on this. What if you disassembled all of your tanks, right? Like you took the silicone off, everything,
Mhm.
and then you reassembled all the glass panels, but you put it together as a different size. And it's like a whole different shape. You made your own crazy looking fish tank whatever. There you go. Now you don't have to worry about buying new tanks and doing all that extra stuff. You got all the material you need right there, except for some
and-
silicone.
Yeah. And if I did that and videoed the whole thing, it would go viral probably.
It
Yeah,
would
it
as soon as
would.
the blowout that is pending happened.
Hey, we don't talk about such things.
I mean, like I'm just
We
We
picturing
don't
like
discuss those things.
the different size of glass, Mariah, the number, like the amount of silicone that would have to, like the seams would just be.
He's a handy guy. I'm sure he's got a tape measure laying around. He's not gonna just randomly throw, pieces of glass together. I'm sure he would fit them together well that, are supposed to go together.
I mean, I'm
Uh-huh.
picturing something that's like his logo, like a Frontosa tank, and that's like
Oh
that's a lot
God,
of,
no.
that's
How
that's
are
like a
you
lot
gonna
of
clean
seams.
that?
That would be cool though.
It would be really cool, but that's
No,
what I
that
mean. Like
absolutely would blow out.
that thing would blow out before you filled it all the way with water.
Uh-huh.
That thing would blow out faster than a lactose intolerant person leaving the ice cream truck.
No.
Woo! Yeah, Beantown, you're a fish store. I'm just a hobbyist. You're adding 80 more tanks. Nice.
Adding 80 more.
Oh my God.
How many are there right now?
He has a lot. Yeah,
Clearly.
Vibes, of course. I know a guy that's looking for photosynthesis. The photosas are not in the equation, y'all. The photosas stay. Everything else can go.
Oh, Beantown's got 193 aquariums right now. Wait, you said he's got a store?
Yeah, he's a fish store.
Oh, okay. All right.
A mom and pop shop.
Got it.
You won't say it that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Leave the dairy out of it. But Mike, for those that don't know, Mike Nealico Austin,
Mhm.
he's into a lot of community fish. So he is actually looking forward to taking some of these fish off my hands. Some of the community fish.
Oh, well, that's
So-
great.
Yeah, so that's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
But even with that, I think I could do it down to 10 tanks with that. So I do have options, y'all. And before I turn to the fish store, the fish that I don't want anymore or need, or you know what I'm saying, those fish, someone local will love to have them. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's good. That's a
options,
good thing.
y'all.
Yeah. Wait, is Beantown Aquatics, was that Beantown Cichlids before?
Yes.
I've heard of, okay, okay.
Same.
Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is known to me. As soon as I saw Emma Rose talk about fancy cichlids, I was like, wait a minute. I know that for sure.
Hey, for those that don't know, if you saw any of my footage from Aquashella
Mm-hmm.
and seen any tanks, like four tanks, 6 tanks, cichlids, peacocks set up at Aquashella across from the YouTube kind of / booth, whatever, media booth. Those were Beantown Aquatics set up.
And no, not Beantown Cichlids, always Beantown Aquatics.
What? Oh, really?
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
It's Sacktown cichlids that you're thinking of.
No, I don't know about that. Let me
Beantown
Google.
Maybe you're there, Andrew. Maybe you're always Beantown Aquatics, even in Boston. I don't know. If he says so, I believe it. Because he used to be a seller as well up there.
Well, maybe I'm just ridiculous, and it was never Beantown Cichlids, and because it was talked about as specializing in cichlids, maybe I just made the name up. So that might be my fault.
His logo has a cichlid on the front.
Yeah. No, so that's probably just me being ridiculous. So I apologize about that.
I'm pretty sure the one you're thinking of was Sacktown cichlids.
No, Beantown. No, because I remember it was from Boston. I don't know. I'm just I'm not thinking of the right thing. But so never mind.
What are you drinking tonight, TJ?
Just a whole bunch of water. It's I don't know. I can't blame it on that. It's just this is all me.
I might be rubbing off on you.
Nah, I don't know what's happening, man. I don't know.
Now,
Yeah.
back to my projects. The
Yes.
saltwater tank. I am at the this week, I picked up about 58 pounds of sand, live sand. Because the plan is the saltwater tank. I'm downsizing y'all to a smaller tank, but instead of using the sand that's in the tank already, which is gonna have a lot of uneaten food, detritus, you know what I'm saying, yucky stuff in the substrate. Instead of using that stuff or rinsing it out, whatever, I'm using all new substrate.
Oh, okay.
But I'll be using some of the same live rock, of course. The salt water I'll be using. I'll be pulling out the sponges out of the filter and putting it in the new tank as well. So basically, I'll be downsizing, but using the same stuff. And the reason I'm going with the new substrate, live sand, versus using the old stuff, I was talking over with Gina's Reef. For those who don't know, she knows a lot more about this than I do. Anyways, I asked her what's the best option. She said, if you're using live sand, it really doesn't matter. It'd be a better option to go ahead and use new stuff versus using the old detritus infected stuff, junk, all the murky stuff,
Sure.
So
yeah, if you're going to a brand new tank, that seems reasonable.
And it'd be I got the tank set up, y'all. Right now, it's a freshwater tank with plants in it. That's it. Plants, and of course, there's sea shrimp or whatever. But there's some washer tang, different kinds of tiger lotuses, some floating plants of different sorts. So it was set up for a farm tank, y'all. So the plants are growing and everything. I'll have to put the plants out, rinse it out, and put the salt water in. So nice, DD. You put down 4 tanks this week. And the mollies, y'all, I'm planning to build those outside into the 300-gallon molly pond.
Oh, okay. You have what, goldfish in there now or koi?
Nope.
No.
Actually, the molly pond right now it's a small one. I'm upsizing the molly pond to.
Oh, you are. Okay. A stock tub
out there, huh?
It's like a stock tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already got it. I already got everything I need to do it. I just
Okay.
I need to take time to do it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking to dig down in the ground a little bit, and bury it a little bit to keep the temperatures a little more balanced. Maybe in the wintertime.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I was asking around. It should be okay in the wintertime around here. So.
Yeah. I mean, your temperature's fairly moderate. Not that you haven't had winter weather, but.
Right. Yeah, winter weather around here, it might be a week of ice or snow.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it. So it gets cold. But what I can do is add some air stones or whatever to it to keep it running. It should be fine. The mollies, and these mollies, for those that don't know, these are little local mollies.
I was gonna say they're from your local waterways.
Right. So.
Yep.
As long as the water ain't frozen solid or they're not getting oxygen, they should be fine. So. Anyways.
Good.
Other than that, it's just like moving fish around basically to different. I think I'm gonna have like 3 racks left when I'm done. Done and said. So. I think
3 racks.
Yeah, I think I can do it. I think.
How many do you have now?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks right now.
5 racks.
Yeah.
And that's in addition to the stands that we see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So now the one behind me, that's staying here, y'all. I'm
That's a
that.
beautiful stand.
That cost me enough. That's handmade.
Yeah.
By
you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one now I've been thinking about, since talking about my fish real quick, I've been thinking about this one right here, the Fantosa tank setup.
Yep.
Moving those guys maybe behind me back to this stand back here instead.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe in the future build another rack like that, another double air for here over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I have the tanks. I need to change it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty stand, so.
So that might be a winter fishing project, y'all.
Okay.
I can see that happening. It depends on the budget. If the budget allows it, well, it's probably going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I have the knowledge how to do it, and I got the place to do it at. My job, my boss, he's probably watching me right now, allows me to use the equipment at the shop to do it. So,
Oh, so that makes it convenient.
Yeah.
You can cut the wood and then bring it home and assemble it.
Cut it. I can even use his truck to get the material, all that stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
Cut it, stain it, cut it, burn it, clear coat it, and bring it home in one piece. So.
Oh, okay. So that's super convenient then.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And as long as it's not there for more than 2 weeks, he don't mind. If it's there for a month, he's still saying, when are you getting that stand out of here again?
Yep.
This thing was there for 3.5 weeks at the shop. The time I started it, the time I finished it, which that was a while. So, puppy.
Is that Valkyrie?
King.
Oh, it's King.
Valkyrie was up here a few minutes ago.
Hey, King.
Yeah, that's why I got confused.
Do not look at the couch.
That's
Please don't.
That's you.
Okay. But other than that, I think I covered most of my as of now. Now it can always change the budget plans until you change. But Jenna P has a question for the panel. Do your bosses and co-workers know about your aquarium hobby and on YouTube channels? Jenna P, since I brought it up, I'm gonna go ahead and start off. Yes, my boss, my co-workers think I'm crazy. They know about my hobby. But they're a little bit surprised that I've been in the hobby for this long. My prior hobbies, they come and go. So, yeah, it's probably the longest hobby I've ever had. I've enjoyed it. It has its good times and bad times, but overall, I've enjoyed it. I can always come home and sit here and do nothing and just watch my fish.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the other hobbies I had in the past, which those hobbies, a lot of those hobbies I still have. It just I put them on the back burner for now. And about my YouTube channel, yep. Most of my coworkers actually follow me, so which makes it interesting because I can talk about it here on the live stream and talk about it in a video, and they'll even ask me questions about, hey, what do you mean about last night? You're talking about what's up with that? So it's kind of cool. Now, like I said, they think I'm crazy, but with all that, they still ask questions about it. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. How about you, TJ?
Yeah, so all of my direct team of coworkers know about my aquarium hobby. We have a WhatsApp group chat, and we use it to share like trips that we take, or family things, kids graduating or whatever. We share pictures and stories and things like that. And so I shared in there several different times about my aquarium hobby. So I've shared anytime I've gotten new baby fish that were born. I shared quite a bit about the white clouds, just because I just find it such an interesting thing that I've got them and that I'm trying to continue to raise them, not knowing their status in the wild for sure. And so they actually, it's come to a point now where they will ask how the fish are doing. So routinely, I will get them that they will just say, "Hey, how's the fish? What's going on with that?" They want to know. I'm sure this weekend when I pull the white clouds out of the tub for the season, and I have the babies in the aquarium that I'll continue to grow them out in, I'll take some pictures or a video, and they'll all want to comment. And when they're here next week for our staff meeting, they will. I'm sure they'll ask questions. So, yeah, they know quite a bit about that. They all know that I live stream with you guys on Thursday nights. In fact, one of my coworkers today asked what our topic was because she knows we have a topic every week. So, yeah, so they know that, and they also definitely know about my racing hobby. So yeah.
Nice. And how about you, Mariah?
Yeah, definitely. All of my coworkers absolutely know about my aquarium hobby. They actually kind of refer to me around the store as the fish girl, lovingly, but it just sounds so great when a customer needs help and they're like, "Yeah, let me get the fish girl for you."
Mhm.
Like, okay, well, that's great. But yeah, they know about my aquarium hobby and that we live stream. Um, like you were saying, my direct team that I work with on a regular basis in the salon, um, they ask me all the time, "Well, what did y'all talk about on Thursday? What did y'all do a live stream?" And they
Mhm.
never have much of a clue of what it is that we were discussing, even after I explain it to them, because most of them just aren't fish people and they don't know anything about them. So it's kind of funny seeing some of the reactions I get when I start going into details of some of our discussions, are more in-depth or technical discussions, and it's pretty funny. But yeah, they know about it and they enjoy it. They always come to me for questions about fish and how to set up a tank or what to do in certain situations, and I think it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoy sharing a little bit of those things, and we've got a really close knit group, even though we're all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And only see each other in person usually a couple times a year, we still are really closely connected. And so, yeah, they also know all about the Keystone Clash. So they know
Nice.
once a year at the end of September, or this year the beginning of October. They know that I'm going to a fish convention, and they know it's in Pennsylvania. And they'll get little pictures and stuff like that. And so it's
Same
interesting.
for me with Aquashella.
Yeah.
Since last year, I have not been able to shut up about Daytona or Aquashella and going back. And yeah, every time, I mean, even when I get new fish, I'm like, "Ooh, come here, let me show you my new fish." And
Nice.
I show them like with the biggest kid in a candy store smile on my face. And I'm like, come look, come look at my new fish. And they have no idea what they are or like the significance of any of them or anything like that. But they enjoy it. They're like, "Oh, that's really cool." And it's kind of fun that they get excited to see me
Mm-hmm.
getting excited about my hobby.
Right. Hey, welcome in. Long time show. And Mike, all these
Yeah.
things fish. Welcome in.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good question. Thanks, Jenna. That's
Yeah. So Steven said, "Wow,
know
I'm the
nothing.
opposite. My coworkers know nothing of this life." Wow, that's interesting. Maybe I'm a little weird, but I don't mind sharing with other people about my hobby. I'm an introvert until it comes about fish. Then the expert side of me comes out.
Mm. Yeah, and I tend to be a
Y'all,
fairly open book with people that I get familiar with. So for me, and it's reciprocal, right? They share stuff about themselves and things that they do, so it kind of just everybody we've created that kind of an environment, so it feels
Mhm.
normal.
In certain situations, for me, I am rather introverted, but I can't tell y'all how many times I've clocked out and walked out the door and been ready to go home, and I'm walking through the store and I hear or overhear a conversation about just something that just sounds so wrong, or that's just not quite there, or somebody sounds unsure about something with fish. I can't help myself. I have to stop and go talk to them and ask questions, and it just, I don't know why I can't bring myself. I pull away from it, but I mean, Cameron could be outside in the parking lot waiting for me to come get in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like texting him like, I'm sorry, babe, I gotta help these people with their fish tank. And he was, there's been one time he was waiting on me for almost 30 minutes to come outside because I could not pull myself away from it.
Well, but it's a sense of responsibility that you feel, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Making sure people are
Not
set up
just
for
to the
success.
fish, but
Right.
not just to the fish, but to the people that are getting involved with it, because so many people I know and have talked to have had fish tanks before and just couldn't quite figure it out, and they just gave up altogether.
Yeah.
And weren't able to actually reap the benefits of the enjoyment of the hobby.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, so that's good that you're willing to do that.
Hey, welcome in, Elfish Tanks. Good to see you.
Yeah, so I've got
Go ahead.
five projects that I wrote down, all of varying degrees of complexity. Some are pretty simple. And Jim's Fish just jumped in, so welcome, Jim's Fish. So the first one I already talked a little bit about, right, is I'll be bringing the white clouds in on the weekend. We've had just the temperatures last weekend. It dipped down into 48-degree air temperatures outside, and I've checked on the white clouds several times throughout the summer. They're fine. The temperature didn't seem to bother them, which is really interesting. So I find that they're quite adaptable. And they tend to really like and do best from a breeding perspective in the warmer temperatures, which makes sense. They're from central Vietnam. But they also seem to be okay in the cooler temperatures. So, but I'll be bringing them in, and I feel like it looks like it's going to be my most successful tub season with them yet. There
Nice.
is a bunch of different babies at a bunch of different sizes out there, and so I'll have to bring them in. And I've got 2 aquariums set up that I've been cycling for the last couple of weeks, that I'll separate them by size, because they are crazy cannibalistic, and they will go after their brothers and sisters without a problem, if they can fit them in their mouth. I know we say that fish certainly will do that, but these guys are just unbelievable when it comes to that. And so I'll do that. So that's one kind of project, which is going to lead into spending the next number of months just feeding them and taking care of them, and allowing them to grow, because they do grow kind of slow. So before I'll be able to give them to friends, take them to the fish club, or maybe I'll end up selling them in the monthly Aquarius auctions that Skipper and team host every month.
Right.
So I'll need to get them bigger before they'll be ready for any of those things. But that's one part of the sort of what I'll call the winter projects that I'm quite excited about. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. The other one is I finally have gotten to a place where the community tank that I have struggled with for what is now going to be just about 4 years that it's been set up. I think January or February it'll be 4 years. The plants are finally getting established and growing. They just went through so many trials and tribulations and changes of all sorts of different lighting durations and trying to figure out the fertilization so I can get the hair algae to go away, which it did. I've got a little bit of blackbeard algae, like little tufts. They look like little pom-poms that grow like on a rock or, you know, on the substrate a little bit, but that's pretty manageable. So I feel like I finally have nailed down the process. So I'm going to spend some time this winter adding more plants. I do extremely well in that aquarium with crypts and things like that. So I'm going to try to add some more of those just to continue to kind of balance it out and as well as make it look a heck of a lot nicer.
Right. Welcome in, Benjamin.
Hey, Benjamin. Let's see. What else am I going to do? Another one that is more of a maintenance thing. So I have in the dining room in the house, I have a rack set up, and it's a typical kind of 4 foot by 2 foot rack, and I've got a number of aquariums on it, and the top level of the rack, it's a 3-level rack. The top level, it's one of the racks that has like the I guess it's like particle board is what it's made out of. Not ideal. Didn't really realize it or think about it when I bought it. It's been fine, but the top piece has always had a little bit of a bow in it. I think it was warped when I got it, and I didn't really realize it until everything was set up. It's fine. It holds all the weight, but it just looks crazy. And so this winter I'm going to replace that with a piece of, you know, 1/2 or 3/4 inch and of like 3/4 inch plywood. And just sure that up, just because like I said, it's holding everything, but I don't like the look of it at all. It just the bow is just it's getting to me. So that'll be another kind of project that I'm gonna work on. So that's not as exciting, but it's needed. So at some point I'll take those down.
Actually, I got is it 30-inch rack? Whatever the 20 long is, I got a rack made with 20 longs. Or made for. I got it off Amazon. It's one of those wire racks. Anyway, I didn't like the wire rack, so I went and put a 3/4 plywood that I cut to fit on the rack, and I painted black. And so it's perfect.
Similar idea. Now here's the crazy part. So I go to measure it. Why is a 4 foot by 2 foot rack not 4 foot by 2 foot? It's like a 1/2 inch short length and width wise. Because I'm like, in my head, right? I'm thinking through this process, and you know what? I'm gonna go to like the hardware store, and I'm gonna buy a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood. They'll even cut it right there for me. So I'm gonna have them cut it into basically 4 2-foot sections. And it's going to be perfect. And I'm like, okay, let me just measure it just to make sure. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's not how this is going to work at all. I've got to cut it. Like I've got to make a cut down the side, and then I've got to make sure that it's not exactly 2 feet. It's like 1 foot and I don't know, like 11 and like 1/4 inches or something silly like that. And so I'm like, nothing can be simple. But the process is exactly what you're talking about. I was going to paint it black so that it had some, you know, extra waterproof, you know, properties of the paint and set it up.
And the reason I do it black because it matched everything else on the rack. You know, the tanks, the plastic on the tanks are black, the background are black. You know, it blends in really well. The
Yeah,
back's flat. So
I think that makes sense, right? You
Mhm.
know, you paint it white and the thing's going to stand out like
Right.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, yep.
Now,
So
I thought
that's a
about. Yeah, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
I thought about burning them to match
Mhm.
the stand behind me. I said, nah,
Yeah.
that really doesn't match with that rack.
Right.
So,
Not only
and
that, like that's really visible where that piece of wood, it's going to be covered mostly with tanks, right?
right. I mean, you can see the bottom of it and the
Mhm.
sides, but I think it would look more ugly if I had it burned because it would stood out. Now it blends right in. It looks like it's part of the rack.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and the rack is not there for the looks. It's there for the purpose to hold the tanks.
Yeah, it's functional, right?
Yeah.
Dee Dee says that she's got a winter project is to get her 55-gallon off the 2x4s on the floor and rework its stand so it's at eye level when she's at the computer, because right now it's just way too low. So she's got it in to keep and grow plants in. So it's like a plant farm.
Nice.
That's cool. That's cool. Uh,
Actually, thinking about it, most tanks are the height. You sit on a couch or in a recliner, it's perfect height. Like, for instance, that's a normal height tank right there.
yeah.
With the propulsors. And that's perfect.
Yeah.
Sitting on my recliner, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
But-
I think everything that I've got from a stand, like if I sit at the
Right.
table or whatever, and yeah, it's perfect.
Mhm. So that's something to think about, y'all. If you're making your own rack or stand, do it where you're going to be comfortable on most of the time looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's too low,
Also think about the weight.
And also think about the height for working on it.
yes.
That's the
Yes.
other time that I think is really important.
Unless, like, think behind me, up top, that one I have to use a bench to do it. I mean, it makes it not as enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I did it because I wanted two tanks top and bottom. That's why I did it. So
Yep.
So I dealt with the height.
Yeah. That was a conscious decision that it's a little inconvenient, but it's better for day to day how you keep the aquariums.
Fun fact, you guys.
Yeah.
Each gallon of water weighs about 8 pounds.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yep. So when you think about the weight, right? It's the weight of the water.
Materials that you're going to use and whether or not those materials can support that weight of not only the water but the tank itself and the weight of whatever gravel or sand or substrate or hardscape that you're going to put in there as well.
Mm-hmm. True.
That adds up very quickly.
True.
So basically, a 55-gallon tank setup, you're looking at how many pounds on average?
That's 8 times 55.
440.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be just shy of, with everything in it, it's gonna be just shy of 500.
And if you
So the tank behind me is 300 pounds when it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 45-gallon tank. I've got 25 pounds of dragonstone in there. I have no idea how many pounds of the other rock and wood that I brought home from Aquashella. And I believe I've got 80 pounds of sand in there.
One 2x8 can support 12 pounds over a 10-foot span. Yeah.
Jeff, once again, coming in clutch with the calculations. The man is like a human abacus over there. Remember the night that we asked him to calculate, what was it, how many CPDs we could put in like right? And he knocked it out like it was nothing. He gave us the calculation.
Now, if you ask Vibes about that, the weight, if your stand's gonna be strong enough, don't ask Vibes because he's gonna overdo it. He's gonna overbuild it.
I would too.
That's way better than underbuild it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, at least you'll have the the longevity of it. I mean, it's gonna you for sure it's gonna last longer
Right.
and be much more sturdy and
Mhm.
reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. FYI, the rack behind me, that rack can support over 3 times that amount. No issue.
Wow.
Which
That's cool.
is it overdone? Maybe, but you know what? I don't have to worry about it giving out.
That's right. Jeff said he had to math the fish room. And if you haven't seen it, I believe it was last night. I think
happened
he
last
put Jeff put out an update on his fish room progress because he's doing a rebuild of the fish room.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out, go do that. It just gives you a good idea what he's been up to.
Nice. Is Ed going live after this? I think so.
Ed
right?
is going live, and then Skip's going live after that. So we've got
Nice.
Ed at 9:30, and then we've got Skip at 10:35.
Nice. Hashtag what? Should the hashtag be? Let's send over to Ed string. Hashtag king. Hashtag engagement. Hashtag wedding.
Hashtag
cam.
blowout.
Hashtag. I like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we got just a few minutes left. Just really quickly, I'm also going to less of a project, but something that I'm also going to work on is changing up my process when I collect the white cloud eggs once I bring them back inside, because that's another thing that I do during the winter is I also try to continue to breed them, subject to depending on how many I get out of the tub. Right. If I end up getting like 100 of them out of the tub, then I probably won't be as active at trying to do that until I clear some of them out and they get a little bigger. But I don't think I will. And so I'll continue to collect eggs. And what I had historically been doing was putting the eggs in one of those Fluval or the Marina, the breeder boxes that you sit on an aquarium.
Those are awesome.
And they are, but what I feel like is going on is I feel like I'm having ammonia spikes.
What?
And yeah, I feel like I'm having an issue where I'm having issues with because I'm feeding so much and it's causing some issues because I'm suffering severe die off of those fish.
Is there a way to turn over the water rate?
Well, yeah, so you can crank it up. You've got to be careful, I think, to the point where you don't like blow them around like they're in a tsunami. But what I'm going to actually, yeah, right. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to start putting the eggs in an actual aquarium.
Nice.
Right. So I'll have cycled, set up aquariums, and I'll put the eggs in there because I have no problems collecting eggs. I have no problems hatching them out. And so if I know that I've got a set up aquarium that's been cycled, that takes that variable out of it and it gives them more water volume, right, than what is kept in that tiny little, the tiny little breeder box. So I'm changing that up to see hopefully that makes a big difference. I know I've talked to Brian Peplin.
Yep.
And I've heard him talk on streams that, small aquariums for baby fish is like, the way to go in his mind. So I'm going to give that a shot and see if that helps out.
Right.
So a bunch of fun stuff that I'm looking forward to for the cold months up here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have heaters on your aquariums in the fish room?
Yes, because mine are all over the house, right?
Yeah.
So it's not it's a heated room, but it's like room temperature heated. So in the winter, it'll be probably 68 degrees. I'll keep it in the house or something like that.
Yeah. I've actually switched I used to have heaters in most of my aquariums.
Mm-hmm.
But as of now, there's only one heater in one aquarium. Even that heater is not turned on even. So It's all
Wow. Yeah.
whatever's in my house. That's
Mhm.
what the water is, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, which is for a budget friendly. That's the best way to go.
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
All right. You know what, y'all? Before we get out of here, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and play that little video for y'all again.
Mhm.
We're still here, but this is going to be coming up this Saturday afternoon here to Central Time, 3 p.m. It's scheduled. Got a guest coming on, Talissa Aquarius. If you want to go check her out, she's on YouTube and Instagram. A lovely lady, a great person in the hobby, and I love if you would go ahead and check her out. Hey, but yeah, go ahead and subscribe to her channel and bring questions to ask her this coming Saturday.
And you connected through Instagram, you said, right?
Yes, yeah,
A Texan or no?
no.
No.
That's a good question. I'm not sure what she's from even. Oh yeah, okay. I have an idea. She's out west somewhere, in
Oh,
Pacific
okay.
Mountain Time or whatever. It's an hour west of me, so that I do know. Well, that's all I do know though. But yeah,
She's one time zone west of you. You mean?
yeah,
Right. Okay. Yeah. So not an hour away from you by car, but then
No.
she's in the next time zone, which is
Right.
Mountain Time. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
and you can. But yeah, go ahead and watch some of her content, and give her a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I see great things happening for her. But you know what? I'm gonna share with you a little bit about that. The topic for that live stream is a hobby burning you out. That is the topic that we come up with.
Mm.
So I'm excited to hear her thoughts. Also, the thoughts of y'all, those in the chat. So think about it. Is a hobby burning you out? So, anyways, hopefully y'all can make it. If not, I'm not gonna hold it against you. You know what I'm saying? So
Always the replay.
Yep. Always a replay.
Yep.
And
Good.
There's a good chance that there'll still be a live stream Saturday night, the regular time probably, but it's going to be definitely a lot more hanging out instead of actual. Even like topic and like that, it's going to be hanging out. And there's an event here local that I'm hoping to go to after the live stream Saturday afternoon. So it depends on how long that event goes. It might be bumped back a little bit, but I'll try to keep y'all updated about Saturday Night Vibes. But,
Cool. Lots of stuff going on then.
Some interaction with people burned me out. Yep. There you go, Jeff. So, hey, Jeff, why are you even here? I'm probably burning you out. Thanks, DD. Yeah. This is Aquarius channel. Go ahead, check her out. Anyways, it's that time of the night, y'all. Before we head out, I do want to shout out one more time, Jenna P. Thanks again for the super chat.
Yeah, that was quite nice of her.
Yeah, and Jenna, you do not have to do that. You could just ask. Okay. TJ, what you got for us before we head out?
Yeah, so like I said, we all seem like we've got plenty of interesting stuff going on for the next season, which is kind of exciting. And thanks for everybody coming out here and offering up their projects and things that work for them. And thanks to both of you as always. Had another fun night here.
And how about you, Mariah?
Same thing as always for me, you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on. And to everybody in the chat, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Excuse me. And as always, y'all, do unto other people as you would have them do unto you. Treat other people how you want to be treated, and may God treat you how you treat animals and elders.
Amen. Amen.
And hi to Jake. He's been lurking.
Yeah, I saw that. Jake. Hashtag cake. Kake. Hey Jake, how's the baby doing, by the way? Since you had to say hi, now I'm curious. All right, Steven. All right. Fair enough. So could you guys, but you super chat us questions all the time. Hey,
Very
Steven, are you trying to say I'm supposed to quit super chatting, y'all? I can, but I mean I enjoy it. We spread the love, you know what I mean? But that's okay. That's okay. Okay. She's fantastic and beautiful. Awesome. Okay, thanks, y'all. Thanks everyone coming out here tonight. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. And maybe it might inspire y'all to have a winter fish room project plan. So stay tuned. I'll try to keep you posted on my updates. We talked about a little bit, I think, last week. I don't know if it was in the live stream or was it backstage, but I'm kind of leaning to the point of taking pictures of the fish room now, and then show it how it is after. Because to actually video it all, it's going to take it way too long, y'all. Do it all. So, anyway, thanks again. Hopefully you have a good night. And hashtag blowout. Go to Ed's stream and give him some love. Peace out, y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.